this is Dr. TK, clinical psychologist and your lifestyle and branding coach. So today we are going to be discussing positive thoughts. And so I'm going to walk you through a series of events regarding an example, but I first want to explain how our thought process typically works, okay? So imagine that you are confronted with some type of situation. That situation starts to trigger some thoughts that are sometimes not that positive. Then your thoughts lead to a wide range of emotions, and then there comes the behavior or your action. But in the positive thought log, we're going to add 4 additional steps, which are as follows. What are some alternative thoughts that you can have about the situation that would then transform the emotions that you have? And then from those alternative thoughts and emotions, what is your outcome? What now can happen because you're thinking different? You're thinking on a new level. And to take it up a notch, how has your academic performance, your work performance, or just your overall hustle capabilities enhanced because you've been able to think more positive? And as another bonus, how can your relationships change at home with your family, friends, or significant others if you were to think more positive? So the example I'm going to give you is in a work setting, and I want you to follow along. And if you have the ability to either write the responses down or print out a couple of these, because you do want to use them throughout the week to kind of track your thoughts and your emotions and this process, I want you to follow along. So the situation is, let's just imagine that you and I work together and I'm your supervisor. And we work in a customer service setting, more so in like an office. And so we're working in the evening. We're working on a super huge project, and we're working until, let's just say, 10 o'clock at night. So we worked very hard today. We gave each other a high five. We're super excited that we got everything done. We finished up our work that night on a very good note. Okay, so we say, have a good night. Go ahead, eat dinner. I'll see you in the morning. Okay, so we part ways, go to the parking lot, get in our car, and we leave. So then we return that morning at around 8 a.m. and we're the first ones to pretty much hit the doors to the office. And you go into your office with a nice window, looking out over the city, a door that has a window in which you can actually see outside. Now, what you do when you notice me is that you notice that I'm pacing back and forth past my office door. You see me kind of rubbing my head, looking confused. Okay, so we're going to go with this positive thought log. Okay, so after you see me kind of looking maybe a little disheveled, frustrated, maybe a little irritable because you're reading my body language. Remember, body language is 73 to 77% of our communication, meaning what we really want to say. So you're reading my body language and you can tell that I'm not in a good place. So then I come into your office, I don't knock on the door, I lean in, I point at you with my finger and I say, hey, my office, 15 minutes, okay? So the situation is I come into your office and my mannerisms speak to more of how you start to think and feel about the situation. So the situation is simply, I walked into your office and I asked to come to my office, but the way that I did it was not in a very good way. So that would be your situation. Now I want you to think about what are the thoughts that are going on in your mind as far as what I just did. So some examples would be, wow, probably I wonder what I did wrong if I were in your shoes, right? Because I'm going to be your voice. What did I possibly do wrong? What happened last night that I don't remember? Oh my God, am I in trouble? That's what most people think based off of someone else's mood and affect, okay? Affect is what you see, mood is what they say. Okay, so now the emotions based off of all these thoughts, oh my God, I'm gonna be in trouble. I'm gonna get a write-up. Did I do something wrong? Now write down your emotions. So your emotions may allude to anxiety, nervousness, maybe even your body starts to ache, your stomach starts to rumble, right? And so you're already thinking about the potential outcome, but I want you to press the pause button. And the pause button is gonna go into the alternative. What other things could possibly be going on that resulted in the behavior that I displayed to you when I went into your office? So when you actually take a moment to pause and take a step back, remember last week we talked about mindfulness and a couple of other, lessons. I want you to take a step back and I really want you to think about what is the actual situation and what do you have to do with it? And the answer would be nothing. When you left last night, we were on a good note. We gave each other a high five. We said, we'll see each other in the morning. Have a great evening with your family. When we came back in, I was looking disheveled. I was looking frustrated. But I find it very interesting that in most situations, people take on the emotions of another person, and then all of a sudden, they turn it on themselves in this situation, and they start to believe that they did something wrong. Does that sound familiar? So an alternative thought would be, even though she's frustrated, even though she looks like she has something going on, it probably has nothing to do with me. So let me calm down. Let me change the thought process that I have, which is, I had a good morning and I had a good evening with my supervisor. I haven't done anything wrong. So I could not possibly get in trouble. Then your emotions would follow now those thoughts and say, calm down. You've done nothing wrong. So the alternative, you would write all that in the box, the thoughts and the emotions based off of you pressing the pause button. So now the outcome would be, you're gonna walk into my office and you're gonna be calm. You're gonna have your head held high because you didn't do anything, right? And the outcome would be, you probably would just simply ask me, hey, are you okay? And I would probably tell you something like, oh yeah, my husband called, he got into a fender bender on his way to work, and I'm just waiting for him to call me to make sure everything's okay. From a simple question, but guess what? You would not have been able to ask me that question if you would have been caught in the top two boxes, your negative thoughts and your negative emotions, because you have taken on the toll of my emotions that you think I feel based off of something that's not even accurate. It has nothing to do with you. Okay, so out of the now positive thought outcome, how is my work performance going to be at work that day? It's going to be phenomenal. I'm going to have a good day. I'm going to be very productive, and I'm going to go home and I'm going to have a good time with the relationships with my friends and family and my partner. Right? So I hope that this all makes sense. What I would encourage you to do is, if a situation happens and you're trying to figure out, why are you so disheveled? Why are you so confused? Why are you having a host of negative feelings? I would encourage you to pull this out on your phone, write the responses down in your phone or on a sheet of paper, or if you can, print these out, a couple of them, and use them. And by all means, share this information. Sharing is caring, because a lot of people don't understand that your thoughts always lead to your emotions, and your emotions always lead to your behaviors. But if you take a step back and think about, what else could it be, and then you adopt a positive thought, that will then lead into positive emotions that will ultimately result in a positive outcome. So I really hope that you enjoyed this lesson this week. Feel free to go to my YouTube page or go look at other posts that I put on Instagram at DoctorTkPsych. I really hope that you enjoyed this lesson. Dr. TK, licensed clinical psychologist and your lifestyle and branding coach. Bye.